Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
It's so mixed. You described it well. What a mixed town we live in. Because personally, for me,
you're thrilled.
I'm in the greatest mood ever.
And I should say, the Islanders with a great win last night.
Cizikas.
Yeah, almost did blow a 3-goal lead.
And I have to admit, they blew a 2-goal lead. I have to admit, I wouldn't have gone to Varlamov, but in Barry Trotz we trust. But here's the thing. It's a mixed town because if you're a Yankee fan and you're a Knicks fan, you're miserable. If you're a Met fan and or a Nets fan and or an Islander fan, the birds are chirping extra louder on this Tuesday.
Yeah, well, let's start with the Yankees because they're the most embarrassing franchise New York has right now. You know, they've got the third worst run per game average right now in all of baseball, like with the Pirates. You know, no joke. Like the Pirates. They can't score runs. Mm-hmm. It's the way we felt earlier this year, actually, about the Mets. And to the Mets' credit, I don't feel the way anymore. Where if the Yankees give up a run or two, the game's over. That's really how I feel. Like, hey, what's the score of the Yankee game? Oh, 2-0? Turn it off.
Yeah. Yesterday I felt that way.
Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah.
You know for a fact that they are not going to score runs. And... I don't know what else to say about it. It's boring baseball. It's impossible to watch. Now it's Stanton, rightfully so, getting the boos. DJ LeMahieu's been horrendous.
That's the guy.
And I'm saying, like, if you're a Yankee pitcher, you take the mound saying, if I give up a run, we're losing.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's like the DeGrom theory.
You hit on the guy, though. Let's call him out because ever since he's come to New York, he's gotten bouquets, rightfully so, because he's been great. But DJ LeMahieu is the biggest problem the New York Yankees have.
Disgusting, frankly. I'll tell you that.
Do you agree with that, though? Is that too harsh?
What did I say?
DJ LeMahieu is the biggest problem in the New York Yankee lineup, period.
Listen, I could throw a couple other guys there, but you want to use LeMahieu? I'm good with that.
He's hitting 100 points less than last year.
Yeah.
He can't buy an extra base hit. And here's the thing that really confuses me. In a world in which everyone strikes out, DJ was the one guy who wouldn't strike out.
Right. He was a contact hitter, the machine.
Well,
okay.
He has almost doubled his strikeout rate compared to a year ago.
Yeah.
So this is a guy, and look, you can blame a lot of different people. I understand that. But to me, watching the Yankees every day, DJ LeMahieu is the biggest disappointment. And why not now on June 1st? Do we call it out? Because I think Boone said it to you once when we had him on. When do you start kind of looking at guys saying, all right, now we can start judging you?
We said we all agreed with Boone 40 days. That was our agreement.
Well,
40 days, you are what you are. Now it's okay for the fan base to say, I've seen enough. Let's be critical.
Craig, think about this.
Yuck.
Last year, DJ LeMahieu played 50 games. They had a weird shortened season. He has now played 50 games. So you can line up last year to this year, and the numbers are mind-boggling. The home runs and extra base hits, way down. The strikeouts, way up. The average, down 100 points. They brought him back with an eye on him being the best all-around hitter for the New York Yankees, and he's been miserable.
Yeah, 6 years. We all thought, look at the Yankees, 6 years, $90 million. We're the best. It's you know the worst, and one of the worst things for me, just as a fan of sport, and we talk about it a lot on this show, it's the entertainment value. Now, some people, I respect it. You're a baseball fan. You love the sport. The sport's what brings you in, and then you have your allegiances to teams. Okay. So you'll watch baseball no matter what. I feel that way about football, right? I feel that way about, the Knicks, believe it or not. But with the Yankees lately, it's unwatchable. The broadcast sucks. The team sucks. It's like I used to wonder when I was a kid, what it would be like to be an old man.
You wondered that as a kid?
I wondered because there's old men I had in my family.
You said to yourself, man, I wonder what it's going to be like to be 70 years old.
I used to think that when I was like 5 and 6 years old. Okay. I wonder what I'm going to be like at 70.
All right.
And now I know. Or if you watch a Yankee baseball game, it's old, it's boring, there's no entertainment value. It just sits there. And you say to yourself, listen, I'm a gambling addict. So I know the addictive personality, right?
Right.
And there are times this weekend. It was a gorgeous weekend, all weekend long.
Was it? Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What a great weekend weather-wise.
I was thinking about you as the rain was falling.
And I'm saying to myself, why am I sitting here? There's got to be something else for me to do than to sit here and watch this again. Now, I don't do this frequently, Evan, but I'm going to do it right now. Because I mocked the Mets and the Jets for it's the same.
Yes,
Jets,
yes,
all
you
Mets,
have.
right?
And you can't do that anymore.
Right. I can't do that right now.
Of course not. No,
I cannot.
So what are you going to do?
But you can't sing that song for the Yankees. So instead, I decided because I was so pissed off.
Right.
I go, you know what, Craigie? Do a little research.
So what'd you do? What'd you come up with?
Here's what I came up with. Are you ready for this?
Look at you doing research. So
I did a
proud of
little
you.
research.
So proud.
Tell me when this gets old. You just stop me when I, okay?
Okay. Pressure's on.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
That sounds like the Yankees runs per game.
0.
Is that what it is?
2, 0, 2.
Keep going. Keep going.
1. I mean, it's the same. There's an old line. You've heard it before. It's a cliche. That what is the definition of insanity? And this cliche.
Isn't it doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results?
That's Yankee baseball. It was Met baseball for a shorter period of time, but then somewhere, somehow, the New York Met replacement players figured out how to score enough runs to win low-scoring games.
13 on Saturday.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm still stunned by that.
And I'm sitting on the couch. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm sitting here. I'm over there. And I look up and I go, why is that on my television? And there's no one there. I'm talking to myself.
Right.
I'm mad at myself. The New York Yankees right now, could it change tonight? It could. Is it going to? No. The New York Yankees have become, unfortunately, an unwatchable, unentertaining broadcast.
But Craig.
And team.
Craig.
And it's disgusting.
But until last Monday.
I want heads. Who are we going to blame? Yankee fans, let's go. Who are we blaming for this direct?
Craig.
Oh,
until last Monday, they were playing as well as anybody.
Go, F them. No, they weren't.
Yeah, well, listen.
They weren't scoring runs.
I understand it, but they were winning. Were they not? Were they not winning?
That's
Did
why
they not sweep the Chicago White Sox with you mocking Big Mac, saying, oh, yeah, the White Sox.
I even predicted they would sweep the White Sox.
No,
I got that one right.
You
I got
predicted,
that one right.
No.
I had
You
the
predicted
tapes.
they would sweep the Detroit Tigers.
No.
It made me cringe when you said it.
I said,
and then I had to play the audio on Twitter over the weekend to blame you for what happened.
I believe what I said was,
What'd you say?
Hey, Boondog, you're playing the Tigers. That's going to be a sweep.
You did say that.
I could have.
You meant the
I
Tigers.
could have gone either way. Obviously, it went the
you
other
meant
way.
sure Spencer Turnbull was
But
going to
look,
pitch great? That's what you meant?
Here's why I asked the question. All right. The New York Knicks embarrassed themselves in Atlanta. And that's just the way I feel about it as a Knicks fan. We embarrassed ourselves. We didn't come to play. We didn't compete. It was a train wreck. But with the Knicks, I know who I can blame. I've got a figure, and there's a couple, but one more than anyone else, that I can put the blame on. Right? And it's Julius Randle, our best player. I can put the blame on Julius Randle, and yes, a couple other guys as well. But I could start with Julius Randle. When it comes to the Yankees, yeah, LeMahieu's playing like crap. But who do I want to blame?
Brian Cashman?
Who do I want the Yankee fan base to go after with their claws today?
Are you okay and prepared that a lot of Yankee fans will go after your Lord and Savior, Brian Cashman?
If you think Brian Cashman's responsible, bring that. I'm good with it.
Look, I think you can blame Cashman a hell of a lot more than the manager. The manager's an easy target. Is the manager the reason why Clint Frazier stinks? Is the manager the reason why Gleyber Torres has been mostly bad? Is it the manager that DJ LeMahieu's batting average is down 100 points?
No.
It's not. And I think what's complicated in baseball, much more so than basketball, is what you said. You can't usually blame one guy. There's 9 guys in a lineup. And collectively, outside of really Aaron Judge, who for the most part's had a pretty good year, and Giancarlo when he's played, everybody stinks. Like, let's call it like it is about Gary Sanchez. I've been a big defender of him. Guy can't be the everyday catcher anymore moving forward.
Right.
We mentioned DJ LeMahieu, Gleyber Torres, Clint Frazier, the production overall in the outfield. It's just a mess. And I keep thinking back to something you actually said in April.
When I gave Clint Frazier the nickname Mr. Double Play?
That wasn't it, though. That was there.
Oh.
I said to you maybe 2 weeks into the year, listen, Craig, you know they're going to hit.
Yeah.
You know they're going to hit.
And what did I say?
And you said, I'm not sure they are.
Thank you.
And
I really have a fantastic year,
except
personally.
when you picked the Yankees to sweep the Detroit Tigers, except that part. And as we sit here on June 1st, I don't know if they're ever going to hit.
Yeah, I don't either.
So here's the question for you then, and for all Yankee fans. What are you going to do about it?
I do know this. There's going to be 6 more pulled hamstrings, 3 more oblique injuries, and 4 more IL stints. I know that for a fact with this soft-ass geriatric squad of non-hungry losers.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'm not going to do anything about it.
No, you got to do something. We see here all day.
I'm going to let Yankee fans take their claws out today. Here's where, while I am a 6-time Pulse of the People award recipient, and I was not eligible this year, and you are a nominee, which I'm very proud of you for that.
Thanks.
I will say this. I'm not quite sure, and I need the Yankee fans' help on this, who I want to blame the most. It's not Aaron Boone, as you agree with me on that. But I'm not quite sure who we collectively should blame the most. I'm not.
You lean anywhere?
I do.
Who?
I'm not going to hold off on that.
Okay, I'm curious.
Because I don't want, if I give my answer, the sheep follow, and then it's just going to be 3 hours of people agreeing with me.
Is that how it usually
Yes.
goes? Remember when you said that the Mets should shut down Jacob deGrom? You realize
Yes.
the Mets haven't lost a game since you uttered that sentence on the radio?
Good for the Mets. Luis Rojas will join us after 5 o'clock today. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Well, unlike you, I will fully endorse who I blame the most. And I got to tell you, it's tough in baseball to blame one person. But to me, the answer is DJ LeMahieu.
Okay.
And I feel bad saying it because the guy's been a rock star for the Yankees for the 2 years he was here. But when you look at underperformances from this Yankee team and how we've gotten to this point where their offense is pathetic. You said it best, Craig. They're unwatchable offensively.
I'm telling you can't watch Yankee games anymore. I'm not sure if you can listen to them. I guess you can. Ratings are really good with that. So people are listening, and that's a testament to maybe John and Susan. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I did something this weekend multiple times I haven't done all year.
Well, keep that to yourself.
I walked out of the room. I'm like,
okay.
I don't need to see the 5th inning. I know what's going to happen. 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe they'll get a walk. Then, Clint Frazier's up. I think it was on Saturday. And I'm sitting there with Lucky, my 16-year-old. And I go, Lucky, 2 outs. Men on base. I go, Lucky, ground ball guaranteed. He goes, how could you possibly know that? I go, ground ball.
Because you watch every Yankee game.
Just trust me. He's going to hit a ground ball. He's like, there's no way you can predict that before it happens. I go, okay, well, let's watch. Boom, ground ball to 3rd inning over.
You know what would have been more
He goes,
impressive?
how did you know that? I go, because his nickname is Mr. Double Play.
It would have been more impressive if on Sunday afternoon when Gary Sanchez was up late in the game, you said, you know what he's going to do, Lucky? He's going to get a hit, but then he's going to have his head so far up his ass, he's going to make the last out of the inning when you're down by a bunch of runs at second base. Watch. And you know what? That's a safe bet when it comes to the New York Yankees.
Lying. They're the worst.
Someone's going to make a bad base running decision. And in Sunday's case, Gary Sanchez, come on now.
And here's the difference between the Mets and Yankees right now. Obviously, winning and losing
Your
for sure.
fandom, that's one of the big differences.
No. Well, not just that. And the Mets are, 3.5 game lead in first place. But here's the difference. And it's an interesting difference. The Yankees' offense is putrid. We're all going to complain about it. The Yankees have scored 35 more runs than the New York Mets.
Yes.
Think about that. As bad as the Yankee offense is, and they're 5.5 games out of first place now, and they're unwatchable. The Mets are watchable, they're entertaining, and they've scored 35 fewer runs than the Yankees. So my point in that is you can still be entertaining. You can still win games. Now, they're in a weaker division, blah, blah, blah. I don't turn Met games off. I don't. Yankee games are unwatchable right now. The product is an embarrassing joke. And if I'm Randy Levine and Lon Trost and the Steinbrenner family, I have to have a powwow about trying to find the answer to the simple question of why. I don't get it. Why? Why are we so unwatchable? Pooey. And by the way, the Knicks are too. And quick member, we'll get to this later, to Julius Randle. If your best play of the 2021 playoffs is fouling Danilo Gallinari and high-fiving guys because you gave him a tough foul, then you can't come back here next year.
This is what I was waiting for.
You can't come back.
This is what I was
We're
waiting
not giving you a
for.
max contract because you fouled Gallinari down 17 points.
There it is.
I'm not doing it.
There it is.
How
Went from
you make an open jump shot?
I'm so
How about
happy to be there. The crowd's electric. I'm so happy. Positive Craig. And finally, angry Craig Carton
It's
is
a
here.
joke. I mean, how many more times are we going to try to double team a guy off a pick and roll and leave a good 3-point shooter wide open?
And they're not missing him like they did in game 2. That was the difference.
The help defense doesn't work. Your best player sucks offensively. And again, they're all high-fiving him because he fouled Gallinari like it meant something. And I'm going to prove to you why it meant nothing. And it's the words of Clint Capella coming up, in which he says to you, the New York Knicks franchise, we're going to push you, we're going to bully you, and we're going to win. Oh, what are you going to do about it? And the answer thus far has been nothing but a foul late in the fourth quarter of a game you're down double-digit points in.
23 at the time.
And we're high-fiving Randall like he did something. I tell you what he did. Oop, he just missed another open shot. Oop, he just missed another open shot. Oop, we are wasting one of the great New York Knicks guard performances of the last 25 years in Derrick Rose, who has been phenomenal. We're wasting it. Why? Because Atlanta is better than us? Go F yourself.
Well, they are. Has that not become crystal clear yet?
Yuck.
Is that not true?
I say. Yuck.
Is that not true? Are you still going to deny that?
What am I denying?
They're better than you.
Yuck.
I'm sorry.
877-337-6666. That's my word of the day. Yuck. Because that sums up the Yankees and the Knicks.
I get
And
you.
while you sit over there on your side of the room.
I'm in a good place.
With the Nets.
Yes.
And with the Islanders.
Yes.
And with the Mets.
Yeah, and the Brooklyn Nets.
I said
Close
them. I said
out
them.
night tonight in Brooklyn.
I say this. Yuck. Or as I like to say better than that, ugh. Because that really describes the teams I root for. Ugh.